So, can you all see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, one thing is I love interacting when I'm teaching people. I don't just want to be the only one talking. So, as we start, I will be asking us questions from time to time to gauge how our
Vicky,
progress is going on the course, right?
Vicky.
Okay.
Yeah. So, first of all, I want us to understand that this is a very simple course, and by God's grace, this will be. I don't know how our trading have been going, but one thing I can assure you is that after taking this course, that trading is going to make so much meaning to you, and everything will be simplified. There won't be any ambiguity. There won't be any confusion anymore.
Yeah.
The market is already complex on its own. Trading Forex is very hard. I won't lie to you. So when I started trading and I started finding different strategy, one of the things that got me pissed off was that some of them were so much that you don't even know where to pinpoint, or where to focus on, where to make reference to make it simple. You see so many terminologies, so many like big words, different concepts that make the whole thing confusing. But when I found out about SNR, everything about my trading just changed automatically. So this is a simple trading style or strategy, and I don't know what you have learned in the past, but I want to beg us, just approach this like with a blank mind. Just come as if maybe you don't know anything about trading. Maybe you are just new to trading. You are coming with a plain mind, and then swallow everything I want to show you, hook, line, and sinker. That way it will be very easy for you to comprehend and assimilate. But because one thing that happens is that when you are encountering a new concept, the old things you know before begin to fight the new things that you want to learn, right? So please just have an open mind, a plain heart that we accept everything that we want to look at tonight. So first of all, when we talk about SNR simply refers to support and resistance. So that's just the meaning of SNR. There's nothing um there's nothing big about that. It's just support and resistance. And this style of trading is discovered, I think, by the Malaysian traders. They are the ones that came up with this style of trading. And it's really powerful, as we are going to look at. So SNR refers to support and resistance. And always the market is just a game of support and resistance. Everything that happens in the market happens between a support level and a resistance level. For instance, if this is a resistance level, right? If you can see my screen, price will always move from a resistance to a support, and from support to another resistance, right? Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Then from another resistance to another support, from another support to another resistance. So that's how the market always moves. So everything that they are giving different names in the market, some people call it supply and demand, some people call it order blocks, some people call it different names, but everything in simple terms is just support and resistance. Market will always move from resistance to support, from support to resistance, from resistance to support. So that is how the market always moves. And when we talk about SNR, our focus is on higher time frame. Don't forget that. Why people lose trade so much is because they are so focused on lower time frames. But when you focus on higher time frame, your trading will become very, very easy. It seems someone is putting his device on loudspeaker and is echoing here. I don't know if the person can remove this. We have monthly, we have weekly, and we have daily. So these are the key time frames that we focus on when we are looking at support and resistance. This is our emphasis for main direction. Every other thing, every other time frame like 4 hour and 1 hour is for entries. But where we focus on mainly is on monthly, on weekly, and on daily time frame. Don't forget that. When you understand this, your trading is going to, take a 360 turnaround. People lose trade because they are focusing on 1 hour and 15 minutes. Those are baby time frames. These are the parent time frame when you are when you are a trader. Like if you want to catch great moves in the market, your emphasis should be on monthly time frame, on weekly time frame, and on daily time frame. These are the main time frame that we look at SNR. Are we together?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Now let's look at how SNR are formed. Formation of SNR. Yeah. If you can see my whiteboard, right?
Yes, I can see it.
Yes, sir.
All right. So now there's a way that support and resistance is formed, and it's very simple. I know that most of us here we might be advanced trader. I don't know the level. We are different level of traders. So pardon me if I'm being so basic in whatever I'm sharing to every other person, because I want all of us to get it very well, right? So if you have, for instance, if you have a resistance and then you also have a support like this, okay. Now, support and resistance is simply for instance, this is a resistance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's assume the line up is a resistance form and then price is approaching it. So we're going to have maybe you have a bullish candle. Okay. Now, simply put, whenever you have a bullish candle and a bearish candle approaching towards a resistance level, that's when you have a resistance, right? Sorry, let me explain it this way.
Hey, I'm in a class, please.
Some people are disturbing some people. um, I want to simplify this. That's why it's taking a bit of time. Please just bear with me. Now, when we talk about a support level and a resistance level, how are they formed? All right. Now, a support is formed when you have a sell and a buy candle. If you have a sell candle followed by a buy candle, automatically you have a support level. So whenever you go to that place on the chart, if you change to a line chart, you will see like a V on a line chart, right? If you have a sell and a buy candle, that line that it creates there, that V that creates there, because if you go to a line chart, you are going to see something like a V, something like this on the line chart. That's what you see there. So that V is what we call a support on higher time frame, whether on monthly, on weekly, on daily, sometimes on 4 hours safe. So you have a sell candle followed by a buy candle. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
So that space between them is what is called the base of the sell candle plus the buy candle is what is called support. Now, resistance is formed when you have a buy and a sell candle. When you have a sell and a buy candle, you have there will be a line that will be created there, and then you're going to have maybe like an A. If you change to a line chart, you are going to go to the chart and look at what I'm telling us. So you're going to have something like this. You're going to have like an A. So that is a resistance. So what you do on your chart is that you go to monthly, weekly, and daily time frame, and then you identify such places, right? Let's go to the chart and see. Can you see my chart?
No, not yet.
Okay. Can we see my chart now?
We're only seeing the whiteboard. Okay,
Now I
now
can
we
see it.
All
the
right.
chart.
Yeah. So let's go and look at what we have been talking about since, as simple as it is. So we are saying that a support and resistance is formed when you have a sell and a buy candle. Let's go to monthly time frame and look at that. Now, as we are seeing the monthly time frame now, we're going to identify them because those are the places you know where you are taking your trade from. We say that the support is formed when you have what? A sell. This is a bearish candle. And a buy candle, a bullish candle. So that base between the two candles that are being formed is what is called a support. And if you change to your line chart, you are going to see a V there. So all you need to do as a trader is you mark those levels on higher time frame. Remember, I said you are only interested in monthly, weekly, and daily time frame for direction.
Mm-hmm.
Other time frames are for entry. So this sell to buy candle on the monthly created a monthly support here. And that was why we saw that when price came there in the future, there was a reaction and it started buying, right? So this is a monthly support formed by a sell and a buy candle. Let's look at wow, I'm using US30. I thought I was using gold. Sorry, let's go to gold instead. Okay. So this is a sell to buy candle. This is also a monthly support, which is a V. You change to line chart, you always see it there as a V. So that is a support. A resistance is a buy to sell candle. Look at this one here. Buy to sell, giving you an A, like an A. You change to line chart, you see an A there. That's a resistance. It's as simple as that. So you must learn how to identify this on higher time frame, like monthly, weekly, and daily. So you saw that price came here to this monthly support at this level, and then it bought. It got to this monthly resistance, and we are seeing reaction from there. Price rejected last month, and then this month that started a few days ago, price is still here, but I believe that price is going to reject and come down in the following week we're about to enter into. If you check every move in the market, you will always see a movement from a support to a resistance, a support to that's how market always move. For instance, here is a buy and a sell candle, creating a monthly resistance, which is here. So when price came there, it rejected and price sold down. When price got here, why did price buy from here? Because there's a level here on the monthly, I guess. Yes, it's a monthly RBS. Resistance break becomes support. That's why price reacted here. If you change to line chart, you're going to see it, an A there. So you must train your eyes to identify support and resistance levels on all time frames. It's as simple as that. V is support, A is resistance. The moment you have that understanding, you will be able to find them very easily on the chart. So all you are concerned as a trader is looking for those points to see what price we do there and how you can take advantage of your trades from there as we be looking at them as we move forward. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if you also go and check weekly time frame, you discover that all the moves that happen always takes place from support to resistance, from resistance to support. And wherever you see an A, let's go to daily because we're intraday traders most times. This is a resistance, buy to sell. When price went in, so what happened? Price came here, rejected, and it started selling. This buy here started at a level. This buy here started at the support level here. Price came to a support here, reacted, it bought up. So there is nothing random in the market. Every move you see in the market is always from support to resistance, from resistance to support. And the way you identify your support is by identify your V as your support and then identifying your A as your resistance. Look at this. This is a resistance. Price came there, even though it went up and closed here, but it still came down. That is how the market always moves. So can we be able to identify support and resistance now from what we have looked at so far?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, let's proceed. Now I want to define some terms to us as we proceed before we go to the next topic that I want to look at. I want to define some terms. So let's write down the following, can listen to the following terms. We have what we call fresh level. We have breakout. We have rejection. Yeah. So now, whenever we are trading, we are going to these are some of the terms I'm going to be making reference to as we trade and as we look at things, right? Now, a fresh level, whenever we are trading support SNR, we don't look for, we only trade SNR from what we call fresh level. A fresh level is a level that is a support or resistance level that was formed in the past and price has not retested it before. It's a level that was formed in the past and price has not retested it before. Now, let me give an example on the monthly. If you see this monthly support that we have here that I talked about on gold, this monthly support was formed in February and March. It was the February candle and the March candle that formed this sell to buy that gave us a monthly support here. Right? That gave us this monthly support here. Now, this is a fresh level because the moment it was formed, price did not touch it again. Price kept going. So we had March, April, May, June, July, then until October, that price now came down into it. So the reason why we look to from here, because it is a fresh level. It's a level that price has not touched ever since it was formed. If price has retested or touched an SNR level, it's no longer fresh. It's an unfresh level. But if it is fresh, we pay attention to it because that is where price will react from most of the times. Do you understand? For instance, this resistance here was fresh because the moment it was formed in March and April of 2022. Now, price did not touch there again. Immediately it was formed. Price kept going down, and then price started retracing back there. And price is approaching there. So as price is approaching this kind of level, we pay attention to it because it is a fresh level. It is a resistance level that was formed in the past, and price has not yet touched it. So we look to take it from such levels, either on daily, on weekly, or on monthly. Let's look at the examples on daily. But is the explanation understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So for instance, now, this level here, was formed. This is a buy to sell candle, which is a monthly, which is a daily resistance. It is fresh because the moment it was formed, price did not touch it again, or price kept going down. So the moment price retraces and comes there, we pay attention to such a level because it is a fresh level. So if we see rejection there, we're going to look to trade from such level. That's how we know levels we trade from. Any level that price has touched is no longer fresh, and you should not take trades from such level. It's as simple as that. Does it make sense?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, the next term that I want to look at is breakout. A breakout simply means, like the name suggests, it simply means price breaking out of a level. For instance, breakout is when price breaks out from a support level or a resistance level. So you can see something like this. And then something like this. So this is what we call a breakout, because this is a resistance level, true or false. We say resistance is an A.
Yes.
Now price comes to the resistance and breaks above it. So breakout is when price closes above a resistance level or below support level. So this is a resistance level. And when price came there, instead of rejecting, price broke it, meaning that the candlestick must close above the resistance level. We're going to look at examples of the chart. But this is how a breakout looks like, right?
Mhm.
A breakout occurs when a candle closes above a resistance level, or when a price closes below a support level. For instance, if this is a support, this is a V. We agree that V stands for support, true or false?
True.
So if price approaches a support level and closes, the candlestick closes below that support level, it is called a breakout. Does it make sense?
Mhm.
Yes.
All right. Now, rejection is the opposite of breakout. For instance, if this was a resistance level and price was approaching here, now if the candlestick reach this resistance and doesn't break above it but closes below it, it is what we call rejection. So rejection is when the body of the candle, not the wick, when the body of the candle closes below a resistance level or closes above a support level. This is a resistance, true or false? This line now is a resistance because of this V that was formed, because of this A that was formed, right?
Mhm.
That makes this a resistance level. Now, when the price is approaching here now, price will reach here and the candle body will close below the resistance level. That is what we call rejection. On the other hand, if we are looking at the case of a support, rejection is when you have a V making this place a support. If a candlestick is approaching here and it closes above a support level, it is what we call rejection. Let's go to our chart and look at examples to drive home the point. Now, let me use this example again, or another example. Okay, let me use this example. This is what? Sell and buy candle, true or false?
True.
That makes this place what?
The support.
A support, which is a V. And this support is a fresh support because when it was formed, price has not yet touched it, true or false?
True.
Now, in the future, only one person that is responding. Are we all following?
We are following, sir.
Okay. So now we saw that in the future, price came back there. And then can you see this candle?
Yes, sir.
It came here. What happened? The body of the candle closed above the support level. That is what we call a rejection.
Mhm.
When the body of a candle closes above a support level, it is called rejection. Right? And there are things we are going to look for here if we are to take trade here. That's another topic entirely, but I'm just trying to lay a foundation before we go into all those. You understand?
Mhm.
So if price comes here and then the body of the candle closes above a support level, it is called a rejection. In the case of a resistance, we are going to have a buy and a sell candle, making this place a what? A resistance, true or
The
false?
resistance. True.
And it's fresh because even as it was formed, nothing has touched it before. So price now came back there and we saw that this candle touched it and what? It closed below the resistance line. So that is what we call a rejection. So these are some of the terminologies I'll be making reference to. These are some of the terminologies I'll be making reference to as we proceed from time to time. So when you hear me call rejection, you should be able to, have a picture of what I'm talking about. When you hear me talk about breakout, when you hear me talk about fresh level and all that, you should be able to, have an understanding of what we are talking about. Now, one thing I want to talk about rejection is that when price is rejecting, another thing we should take note of It doesn't mean that price must just touch here and turn back. Price can even come and reach here. But
Mhm.
as far as the candle closes, the body of the candle closes below this level, that means the level still held. It doesn't matter if the candlestick reach up here. The body of the candle is what defines price. So if the body closes below this resistance line, it is still rejection. Do you understand? And most times, such rejection is even sweeter to trade because it happens when liquidity has been taken and market is about to give a major move. All right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. So if we have understood that, now we can move to the next topic, the next course module that we have, which is types of SNR. Is there any question from what we have looked at so far?
Just one.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so when analyzing the monthly, weekly, or daily, do we analyze the monthly, weekly, and daily, or we can just pick out of the three to analyze and then, get our market move from there?
Okay, nice question. Nice question. Now we are going to look at what we call storyline, right? It's one of the course module when we go under there. Now the market is not random, like I said earlier. Market, everything that moves, everything that happens in the market follows a specific pattern. So, and there's what we call MTF. MTF talks about multi-time frame. It's a scenario whereby different time frame, where you have two or more time frame aligning and agreeing together about a particular direction. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So when you understand multi-time frame, you see that most times monthly we agree with weekly, and it will also agree with daily. Those are when you have very high probability setups, where you have
Okay.
monthly time frame, weekly time frame, daily time frame, all agreeing to the same direction. Maybe monthly is bullish, weekly is bullish, daily is bullish, 4 hour is bullish. When you have such, it's going to be a very sweet trade to take. But regardless of that, when you understand storyline, even if monthly is bullish and daily is bearish, you can still take sell based on the daily. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So you can sometimes pick daily and trade based on daily direction, even though the daily doesn't agree completely with the monthly, because it might be a retracement trade. Even though monthly is bullish, but when you are going to have a retracement, you can look for sell even on weekly and on daily during retracement. But there are certain criteria we'll look at when we are talking about storyline, which I'll be explaining to us. When you understand storyline, you will know when you can buy or sell, regardless of the direction on each of the time frames. Does that answer your question?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So we have so these are the types of support and resistance that we have. We have 4 types of support and resistance. If you have been studying my chart over time, you will see me writing these things. Some people will be wondering, what is this guy talking about, always saying this? Now you're going to understand it. Now these are the different types of support and resistance that we have. And I would like to show us, before we go to the chart, I always like to use like maybe, a diagram, an annotation to show us what I'm talking about. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm going to represent these types of support and resistance on one diagram instead of just so that we can just look at it together. Now, market is moving. Let's assuming if you have market is approaching a resistance like this, you see that market will be making higher highs and higher lows, right? I believe most of us here are from Mr. Sammy's this thing. If you are from there, you'd have understood market structure very well. Because structure is very important. Even if you are trading SNR, you should understand that your SNR must align with structure, right? Are we together?
Yes, sir.
So if price is approaching a resistance level, you see something like this. Market is making higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. And then the moment it touch a resistance level, you will see maybe like a big move downward, right?
Mhm.
Now, when you see this happen, price market is about to change direction. Now, these are the different types of support and resistance that we have as we'll be looking at them straight up. Let me mark this as green. Let me mark this as let me mark this as blue. All right. And then this particular one here is also important too. So when you have, for the case of a resistance, price is approaching a resistance level, you're having higher high, higher lows, higher high, higher lows. And then when price gets to the resistance level and then you have a drop like this, it creates the different types of support and resistance that we have. In this case, we are looking at the case of resistance. So we're having this. We have this first of all. This is a resistance, true of us. This is an A now.
Yes,
This is another resistance. This is an A too, true of us.
true.
And this is another resistance, which is not an A, but we know why it is like that. Now, this place here that I mark with black, can you see the black line?
Mm-hmm.
This black line here is what we call apex resistance, apex or peak, because it's at the peak. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So that is an apex resistance. Whenever you see this on any chart, whether monthly, weekly, or daily, this is an apex resistance. Now, why do we call it an apex resistance? Because since price has broken out, remember I talked to you about breakout. This is a breakout. A support level, price close below it. So this is a breakout.
Mm-hmm.
So price can come all the way to price can come all the way to price can come all the way to this apex. Price can retrace all the way after a breakout. Price can retrace all the way to an apex before selling from there. So you cannot have a sell from this apex and price will now go down. So that makes this place an apex resistance. So you can write it to this is an apex. The first type of SNR that we have, apex resistance. Now the second type that we have is what we call the left shoulder, which is here. This is a left shoulder. You can see this is like a head. This is like a left shoulder, and this is like a right shoulder. So price can have a breakout and still come back here. Why do we call this a breakout? Because this is the leg. This is the support that causes the impulsive move into the resistance level. So price close below it. So that's why it's a breakout. So price can also come here and sell from here, making this a left shoulder resistance. You have a head, you have left shoulder, and you have a right shoulder. Does it make sense?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So we have the second type of resistance. Now the third type of resistance we have is what we call the SBR or RBS. In the case of a resistance, it is called an SBR. Why is it called an SBR? Simply put, Now, this is a support, true or false? This is a V initially, before the breakout. Before the breakout, this was a support, right?
Yes.
Now, price came and now broke the support level. So price will come back to retest it, and this place that was a support will now act as a resistance. So that is why it is called SBR. Support break becomes resistance. So market can react from there and continue selling from there. So this is an SBR. Does it make sense?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
All right. Now let's look at example under support. Now, if we go to support, market can be making, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and then it gets to a support level. Now, when market reaches a support level, price can react there, and then you have a breakout, right? So when you have a breakout, that makes this place, we are just looking at the reverse of what we look at under resistance. So this is an apex support. This is a left shoulder support. And this is an RBS, because this is an A. So it was a resistance before, but now price came up and broke it. So that resistance that was broken, if price retraced there, it can act as a support. So that is why it is called RBS. Resistance break becomes support. So price can react from any of this level. Price can come here, price can come here, price can come here. But it is only where we see confirmation that we take trades from. I know somebody will be saying, how do I know where I'm to trade from, since we are having different types of SNR? You will know because you will see confirmation at the level you are to trade from, so there won't be any confusion. So when you see levels like this on daily, on monthly, and on weekly, you should pay attention to them, because these are the types of SNR that we have, right? Now, the fourth type of SNR that we have is what we call, some people call it OHLC, other people call it open and close. So let's just call it open and close in order not to, confuse ourselves. But I'll give us an example. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Now, example of OHLC. Where are you? Good. Good. Nice. Now, OHLC simply means open and close. Now, most times, if you go to higher time frame, right, you can see two candles of the same pattern. You have, can you see this bullish candle?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
All right. This is a bullish candle followed by another bullish candle. Now, how was this bullish candle formed? A candle opened here, came down here. I'm describing the formation of this bullish candle. The candlestick always opens here. This is the open of the candle. This is the low of the candle. It comes up to the high of the candle, and then it closes at this point. True or false?
True.
Good.
Now, where this candle closes is where this other candle opens from. So the close of this candle is the opening of this other candle. And so this bullish candle opens here, comes down here to form the low, moves up to form the high, and then comes to close here. Now, open and close simply means the space where this candle closes and this one opens. That's just the meaning. Where one candle closes and another candle opens. That is open and close, right? And most times, such levels can hold price. It can act as support or resistance level. In this case, it was a resistance level. We saw that price came there. Price did not reach up to the apex point. So it's not the apex that held price. This was the point that held price, because we saw that the candlestick rejected, the body closed below this. So this is an open and close resistance level. Are we together? And most times,
Yeah.
you should pay attention to open and close resistance or support level that coincides with engulfing level. This is an engulfing. We saw that this bullish candle was engulfed, or it was swallowed up. It was eaten up by this bearish candle. So when you see an open and close level coinciding with an engulfing level and engulfing fail level, it is a place where you should pay attention. You can take trades from there. It's still very valid. Do we understand?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now, that is an example of an open and close. It can be two bearish candle. It can be two bullish candle. It doesn't matter. As far as you see what you are looking for, you can make use of that, right? This is an example of an apex resistance, because it's at the peak. Price came there, reacted there, and then we had a sell-off. This is an example of an SBR. This was a support initially. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now, this was a support, true or false? Sell to buy, a V.
Yeah.
This candlestick,
True.
I don't like them. Let me change to Saxo. Saxo is better than 8 cap for me. Their candlestick representation. Okay. Now this was a resistance level. True or false?
True.
Price came and broke it. Price broke the level,
Support.
broke the support level, and then it came back to retest it. So that makes this place an SBR. Support break becomes resistance, and market kept selling. Are we together? So that's an example of SBR. This is an example of a left shoulder. Let's look at example of left shoulder. This is an example of a left shoulder. This was a left shoulder. Price broke it. Well, it doesn't look very should I say, it doesn't look very, but it's still a left shoulder, because this is like the head. If you look at it in a bigger perspective, if you change to line chart, see that this is a left shoulder. Price broke it, retested it, and kept buying, right? So you keep having these patterns occur over and over again. Your ability to be able to recognize the patterns in the market and know that when they align with market structure and storyline will help you to know how to catch moves in the market. Okay. So those are the 4 types of support and resistance that we have. We have apex, we have left shoulder, we have SBR and RBS, and then we have the open and close support and resistance. Is there any question from anyone?
No, sir.
Any question?
None from here.
No question.
Everything is well understood.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's first assignment. See, the way I teach. Now let me tell us something. My goal of this course is that I personally have suffered for many years as a trader. because I kept learning things that did not work, and I don't find it funny when I see traders struggle. So that's why
Mhm.
I decided to take this program, this project, and help to equip other traders. It's not about the fee. The fee that I'm collecting is not, it's not close to the value that is being offered here. It's not even 1% close to the value. That's just the truth. But I want us to all fly together, have great results and help ourselves out. The economy is there's economic crisis everywhere, no matter where you are across the world, even if you are in developed nations. In fact, their own inflation is on another level entirely. You know how people struggle, before you make, before you can earn. And when you earn, everything is going back to the bills. So you need to have a skill that will enable you to earn in dollars on a very large scale. And that's where Forex comes in. So I'm doing this to help us as young people, especially, to master the market so that there will be an end to the struggle of the confusion that comes in the market. Your trading will no longer be a guesswork. It will be a level of precision. All you need to do is to manage your risk and not allow greed to take over you. As far as you are trading this type of trading, I can assure you, you are catching nothing less than 300 pips minimum every week. That's just the truth. There are sometimes on a day you can even catch more than that. So if you are managing your risk well and you have a sizable, or you have an equity that is okay to a level, I mean, there won't be any struggle. There won't be any struggle. At least you earn something and you will live a good life. So that's the goal and the purpose of this course. And that's why I'm not rushing the course. I want everyone to understand all these concepts very well, to the extent that I want to replicate myself in everyone. I'll not be the only one having results when I teach my students. That's what I don't like about many Forex mentors. They'll teach you, and then they just rush everything, and they are the only ones producing the results. They'll be catching moves, but the students, you are not catching the same moves. Then what's the goal of learning from such a mentor? If the mentorship is about replicating yourself in others so that other people can generate your own order of results. So the goal of this mentorship is to, help us so that we can grasp everything. You know it very well. That if somebody see your chart and the way you trade, they will know that truly this person has been impacted with the right knowledge and is having results. So that is the goal. We are not here to rush. Yes, the boot camp is every weekend. We are going to have it all the weekends across the month of November. So Saturdays and Sundays. Most times afternoon or evenings, Saturdays and Sundays. And we'll be able to cover all the modules. But after each module, we are going to have assignments. Are you with me? Are we together?
Yes, we are with you.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes.
sir.
We'll be giving assignments, go back to the charts and check the things that you are being taught. Check the things that you are being taught and put them into practice yourself. Because that is what will make you a successful student. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you have in a classroom, there are so many. In a classroom, you can have 50 students and you can have a very good teacher. But at the end of the day, all the students will not have the same level of results. Why? Because even though the teacher is teaching them the same thing, it's the input and the commitment of each student that will separate them from the level that they will stand at the end of the day. So some persons will become A students, some people will become B, some C, and some D. But we're not even going to have a B student here. All of us will become A students. But to have that level of results, you must put in the work. I know we are busy people, but find time to back test, find time to practice, find time to go into the chat. That is why I'm giving assignments after each course module. You must go and check your chart and identify this thing. So we're looking at the first assignment. Number one is you should identify the 4 types of SNR three examples each of the four types of SNR, three examples of the four types of SNR on monthly, weekly, and daily time frame. So what that means is if you go to monthly, you look for three examples of monthly apex, that support or resistance. You go to weekly, you look at three examples of apex under weekly. Go to daily, three examples of apex under. Is the assignment clear?
Yes, sir.
So you do it for weekly, you do it for daily, and you do it for monthly. You label it. You must submit it before our next class. I'm going to go through everyone's assignment, and then so that we can build on it. We are not in a rush. We are not in a so that we can build on whatever we are. Okay, the admin is helping us in the chat room. We can look at the assignment, is writing it there. That's number one. Then number two, identify 5 examples of fresh levels. 5 examples of fresh level each under monthly, weekly, and daily. So you go to daily time frame, you find 5 examples of fresh level under daily. You go to weekly, you find 5 examples of fresh level. And then you go to monthly, you find examples of fresh level, whether fresh support or fresh resistance, it doesn't matter, but it must be 5. Number 3, look for three examples each of breakout on monthly, weekly, and daily. 3 examples of breakouts under monthly, weekly, and daily, or under daily, weekly, and monthly, whatever order you want to do, it's fine. So you go to monthly, you say this is a monthly breakout, this is a monthly breakout, this is a monthly breakout. You go to weekly, this is a weekly breakout, this is a weekly breakout, this is a weekly breakout. Then you go to daily, this is a daily breakout, this is a daily breakout, this is a daily breakout. Trust me, see, if you do these things, if you do these assignments I'm giving you, the level of mastery that you begin to fly in, because you cannot just I don't believe in people that say you just learn how to trade overnight in 1 month or 2 months. It takes time. It takes spending time with your charts. But if you follow what I'm teaching you, the journey will be short for you, to be shorter than the normal long route that people go through. Now, the final assignment, which is number 4, right? Or is it number 5? Number 4.
Mhm.
3 examples of rejection under monthly, weekly, and daily. So you go to daily, you give me 3 examples of daily rejection, 3 examples of weekly rejection, and 3 examples of monthly rejection. Yes, that is the assignment. We must do it between now and our next class, our next week, not next class, or next week. Next week, we are still going to have class tomorrow, but this assignment must be done within the week. So you must do it between Monday and Saturday. You must submit it before the next class so that I can read. Maybe some persons might not have a clear understanding, so that we can continue on it and lay a solid foundation in our next class. I would not like to rush us. So at this point, I plan to take this class for long hours, maybe like 3 hours, but today is just an introduction, right? So I don't want to load us with so many things. Tomorrow we are going to start with a very important topic, which is storyline. Tomorrow is you can't miss tomorrow for anything. So I will stop here for today. I'll stop here for today. You can start your assignment this night. If you finish it before tomorrow,
Okay.
today, you can even submit it today. You finish it. It doesn't mean you must wait till Monday. If you have time, you can do it
Okay.
because the knowledge is still fresh. So you'll be able to follow it up, right? So I don't want to load us with so much knowledge.
Yes.
I'm going to stop here for today and you go and review the things you have learned. Tomorrow's class is going to be by 4 p.m. Hope that will be fine for us.
Yes, sir.
Better, sir.
Ma?
4 p.m. is okay.
Okay, 4 p.m. Yeah, so tomorrow by 4 p.m.
Yeah.
Tomorrow by 4 p.m. we are going to have our next class and it might stretch for like 2-3 hours. So just prepare your mind. It's not going to be short like this one because this is just the introduction. Okay. This is the introductory class. We are just trying to lay a foundation that we build on tomorrow and for the rest of the boot camp. So this is going to be very interesting. Trust me, the topics that are coming are even going to be more mind-blowing than this. This is just an introduction. But just go to your charts and try to identify these different things that we have talked about tonight and see how you can identify them. Back test, go back on your charts several months back, several weeks back, try to identify these things and master them, with your eyes. And trust me, your trading is about to change for the best. All right. So before we go, if you have any question, you can ask. The floor is open for questions and question and answer time now. Any question? Everything is
now.
everything is well understood, right?
Yes, sir.
Everything is clear.
Okay, please don't leak my video. Even though I'm sharing what I'm teaching, you don't go and you have friends that are not taking the course. You now go and say, me, I'm taking the course. This video is just for you and you alone. Don't share this knowledge out. This is premium knowledge I'm giving you on the platter of gold. So the best you can do for me is to guard it as well and keep it to yourself. You can go and watch it over and over again. Don't go and be broadcasting it and be sharing it everywhere and telling people that, okay, this
Yes, sir.
no, it's not done that way. But the recording will be dropped for us in the group. You can watch it over and over again to gain, perfect understanding, and everything will be fine as we, proceed and move forward. Okay.
Hello.
So someone wants to say something.
Yeah, it's me. It's me.
Okay.
So should they send the assignment personally or they put it in the group?
Sir?
The assignments, should they send them to you personally or should they post them in the group?
They should send it to me personally. They should not post it on the group.
All right.
Yes. The assignment should be forwarded to me personally, not on the group, please.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Just a quick question.
Okay.
Can we do this on any chart?
You mean the things I taught?
Yes, on any chart, on any currency pair.
My style of trading is mainly for gold, although it can work with other currency pairs,
Okay.
right? But I can talk about gold because that's what I am familiar with. That is what I have mastered
Okay.
it on. You understand? I also tried. It works on
Okay.
US30. It works on US30. That's why it is purely a gold November bootcamp. I didn't attach any other currency pair because it's gold that I have practice it with, and it has worked perfectly. So let us do the assignment purely on gold, please, not on any other.
Yeah,
Yeah. Mm.
on gold.
Yes.
Thank you.
Last, I just want to say thank you everyone for joining. Like Mr. Liberty has said, please do not share the call. Go ahead and teach them like on your own calls without having to share the videos, right?
Mhm.
Also an admonition, right? Like do your best to like put in the work. If you put in the work for certain, like I am certain for certain that you will be successful in trading gold, USDT, and even currency pairs. Even though we don't use them on currency pairs, it can work to a great extent on currency pairs, following the same principles, right? If there are things you know before, maybe you trade SMC, any other form of trading, just put them in your pocket for now, right? And just come like you don't know anything. What you are going to learn from here is, I'm not going to say superior, but it's simple and something anyone can put to work immediately. Yeah, so just this admonition. Welcome again to the Gold November Bootcamp. And yes, and if you have questions, please ask them. Even when you do your assignments now, I know questions will pop up. Like be sure to note them down, because regardless of how much you can teach, the more you do the work on the charts, the more questions you will have, right? Based on our own experience taking different courses. We've taken a lot of courses. We've taken a whole lot of courses, but now like we're able to distill everything into one. And if Mr. Liberty is not available to answer you, you can always send a text to admin. I can help with answering the question, but I believe it will be available always, right? So yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you too.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So in the absence of any question or
Thank you.
any other comments, we'll call it a day today, and we'll converge tomorrow by 4 p.m. West African time, and we continue from where we have stopped. We build on what we have, the foundation we have laid today. We continue building on it from tomorrow. Thanks so much, and good night. Enjoy the rest of your
Thank you
Sunday,
so much. Sir.
of your
Good
Saturday night.
night.
You're welcome.
All right.
Night.